What's up, guys? It's Ari, and I'm alone by myself. Kurt is in the front. You ask why. As you can see by the title of this video, I am alone because I am currently in isolation because I tested positive for COVID-19. So I'll briefly tell my story. I'm gonna try and get through this. Sometimes I get short-winded, but so let's see. Today is day 3 for me with Corona. It's Tuesday, I think, April 7th. So I started feeling bad on Sunday. I have been going to work. I work at a psych hospital. And I'm not gonna get into the details with work, but the last 2 weeks we have been taking a few days off, so I did not work on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So I'm only going to work on Monday and Thursday and Friday. So this past Sunday, I was feeling terrible. I woke up sweaty. And I was like, I feel hot. Like I had a fever. And I just went on about my day. Took a shower. Felt very weak. This was Sunday morning. Went in the front, talked to Kurt for a while. And I'm also in school, so I had an exam I had to do. So I was like, let me just go and get started on my exam, which was 2 hours. It was a 2-hour timed exam that I had to take. And it was so painful getting through that exam. But I pushed through, I completed my exam, and all I could remember thinking about is, let me just get through this exam. I just want a nap. I just felt weak and drained. I just wanted to just take a nap. So after my exam, I took a nap, and I think I slept all day. Then Kurt came and checked on me. By this time, it's like maybe 6, and he was like, something all right? So he asked to bring me to the doctor, to the ER, and I begged him not to. I did not want to go, and I was like, why? And he was like, well, we just need to check, Ariel. He like, you have fever. But I remember feeling hot and being really, really sweaty. So he put me in the car, and my mom called and told us to come and get some healing water. So we went over there, and my mom was looking at me through the window. But he just brought me back home. He never brought me to the ER. But anyway, so Sunday, I came back home, and I came straight back in the bed, and I slept throughout the night. And when I woke up Monday, I think Kurt changed my shirt. It was soaking wet. He changed my shirt and everything. When I woke up Monday, I felt like, oh my God, I don't want to say it because I'm watching my words. But I felt terrible. Even worse. So Sunday and Monday, I felt really, really bad. So I woke up, took a shower, I blew my nose, and I blew out some blood. And I started to cough, and I was like, Checked my temp was 101, and I had terrible backaches. When I inhale, terrible back pain. So I think I started to get nervous when I got up to blow my nose, and I had blood. I was blowing up blood with mucus. So I told Kurt I wanted to go to the ER. So it's now Monday, April 6th. Kurt brought me to the ER, and we both had our masks on. And the CNA comes outside the ER doors with a thermometer yelling, "Who's the patient?" So Me and Kurt both look at each other, and I said, I am. I said, I am. And she said, well, he has to stay out here. And Kurt was like, well, I'm with my wife to be tested. I want to know if I could be tested too. And she was like, do you have any symptoms? He didn't have any symptoms. No fever. So he couldn't come in. So she checked my temp. By that point, my temp was 100.3. So she was like, you can go through those doors. Okay. Went through the doors. Gave the lady, the registration desk, my information, my insurance. I checked in. Before I was complete, they were calling my name. So I called. They called my name. I went back, and when I walked in the room was an iPad, like right by the chair when you walk in, and it was a doctor doing telehealth and a nurse taking my vitals, of course. So it was just a lot. It was moving so fast. And the nurse came and checked my vitals, and my blood pressure was 140 over 98, which is really high for me. My temp was 100.3. My pulse was 105. And my oxygen level was fine. It was 99. But all throughout this entire thing, I've never really had like shortness of breath. I just get like short-winded sometimes. Like if I say too many words, I just kind of have to take a break. But I've never been like panting or short of breath or can't walk to the bathroom. I've never had any of that, thank God. But I do know some people do experience that. So I'm in the ER, and as she's taking my vitals, she's also talking to the physician. Like in a very like nonchalant way, like, blood pressure is 140 over 98, doc. And I said, that's pretty high for me. So like doc went through the whole spiel. He asked me questions if I had been exposed to anyone with corona. Backstory. Sunday, when I wasn't feeling well, I texted my job and I said, I'm not sure what's going on with me, but I don't feel well. And I'm going to sleep it off, and I'll let you guys know if I can come in on Monday. And I got a text from another coworker saying for me to make sure I wipe everything down in my office, because someone else who worked in my office had tested positive for corona. But I got that information on Sunday, and I already started feeling bad on Sunday. Monday I went and got tested. So fast forward back to Doc's question. Have I been exposed to anyone who have tested positive? I told him that I had been, and we have had other employees who had tested positive. I told him that there was some employees at work who tested positive who I had been around. So he was like, most likely I could have been exposed to it. He never said anything about being tested. Told him I was having bad back pains when I inhale, and he said he would do a chest x-ray to rule out pneumonia, and he would bring me back in to go over the chest x-ray. So he clicked off the iPad. So I was in there with the nurse, and she kind of went through the whole spiel about my vitals were within normal limits, my pulse was a little elevated, blah blah blah. She told me that I was gonna have my chest x-ray and that they would call me back in. Walking out, I asked her if I would be tested for corona. Her response to me was, no ma'am, you won't be tested. I said, oh, well, why not? Like, if I have more than one symptom, I have multiple symptoms. I had fever, I had cough, I had been sneezing, I was blowing out blood when I sneezed, terrible back pain upon inhalation. I was like, I have multiple symptoms and I've been exposed to people who tested positive. Why am I not going to be tested? There's protocol to being tested. Ma'am, you will not be tested. Just act as if you have it and close the door. So I was just like puzzled, confused, like, how are they not like testing people that come in with symptoms? So text one of my good friends, you know who you are, and I said, are y'all not testing patients that come in with symptoms of coronavirus? She said, absolutely, yes. So I'm here at the ER, and the nurse told me that I won't be tested, just to act as if I had it. So she said, give me a minute. She made a phone call. She texted me back and said, they're gonna test you. So I'm just like, thank God. I just needed to know, like, that I'm fairly healthy. I've never had the flu. I don't get sick often. Like, the most I've ever really gotten was like a stomach virus for like 24 hours. But I'm not like, I don't always get a cold. I don't really hardly get the flu. I'm not like a sick person. You know, I feel that I have a pretty good immune system. So, I wanted to know what was going on with me. So she texted me back and she said, they're gonna test you. So I was like, thank God. So Kurt's in the car. And, there's Kurt, guys. I'm recording.
Why is it so sad?
I'm recording. Hey, Kurt.
Hey, babe. How you doing over there?
I'm fine.
I just need to put a little mint right here. Cause
Why?
I ain't brushed my teeth yet. Put the breath, leave my mouth, and then punching me in the nose. Brush my teeth, put a little mint just right here. Little breath mint, little candle.
A little candle?
Right here, just burning.
Wait till the fam.
What's up, Icy fam? Oh, I just did rockstar hands. What's up, Icy fam? How y'all doing? So you just want eggs and grapes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing eggs and rice if you're interested in that.
No worries.
Okay. Love you.
Love you. Bye. Y'all, when I tell you, Kurt, God bless him. Like, I love him so much. I wouldn't be able to get through this without him. So that was Kurt. You saw him with his mask on. So, where was I? Oh, yeah, so she was so rude. She closed the door. So now I'm waiting to be tested for my x-ray. So they call me in to have my x-ray done. I go in to get my x-ray. After the x-ray it was literally like 3 seconds. After the x-ray was complete, she walked to the door and said, thank you, you can have a seat. And she's...
4 ounces of that strong water.
Thank you. So, back in the waiting area. So when the same nurse, she called me back in. No doctor on telehealth, just me and her. So she called my name. I went back in the room. She said, since you decided to make a phone call, I'm gonna go ahead and test you. But just so you know, it's against protocol here. I said, excuse me? You should have been testing me from the beginning. And she was like, ma'am, there's protocol to being tested. I said, what exactly is your protocol? We test patients who are pregnant. We test patients who have immunodeficiencies. We test patients who are in respiratory distress and who could possibly need to be inpatient. You are none of them. I said, excuse me? I said, I am in here with backaches when I breathe upon inhalation. I have a cough. I have a fever of 101. And you're telling me because I'm not in severe respiratory distress, you're just going to send me home and tell me to act as if I have it? That's the protocol. Rude. Very, very rude. I don't know, but she was like, and I don't know why you think I'm rude. I just have a loud voice. I said, I think I know the difference between rude, and a loud voice. When I initially came in here, you asked for my pain. As I was explaining to you where my pain was, I was telling you I have a pain. I have pain in my back upon inhalation, and it's about an 8 out of 10. Before I could get to 8, you screamed, I just need a number. I said, you were rude then. You were rude telling the doctor my vitals as if nothing was wrong. Blood pressure's 140/90. Pulse is 105. Yeah, as if like she's fine, she can go. Like, first of all, I think it's unfair for me. Even if I didn't test positive for corona, even if I had whatever the case may be, I think it's unfair to be treated that way as a patient. I am a nurse and I've taken care of plenty of people, and I could not imagine treating any patient that way. It's kind of saddening, and it's a shame that, you know, people have to be treated that way. Even the people who didn't have anybody to speak up for them, or didn't know anybody to call, make a phone call, and have things being done. But to be treated that way was just unbelievable. Then she's like peeling the swab back. It was a new pack. She peeled the swab back. It's this long, like Q-tip swab. She never once explained the process. She never explained to me what she was gonna do. I did not know her name, but I'll get into that. She didn't explain anything. She didn't say, take a deep breath, this is gonna be uncomfortable, it could be painful, nothing. She didn't explain anything. Me, like I said, we were in the middle of a conversation, literally going back and forth. I'm explaining to her how I was just confused and just wanted to know why I wasn't being tested, and possibly what the protocol is, you know, and if it was just her facility or if all facilities are doing that, whatever. So we're in the middle of talking, and she walks up to me with the Q-tip and sticks it up my nose, and I'm like, ma'am. So I just stopped talking. She stuck the Q-tip. I literally felt like it went up through my nasal cavity, behind my eye. Like, it went so far up, it was just so uncomfortable. So she did that nostril, then she did the other. And as I began to move back, yep, it's very painful, is what she told me. So I'm just like, is she serious? So anyway, the swab was done. She sent it off, did whatever. Again, I don't feel well. It's taken a lot for me to even go back and forth with you right now, right? So I was like, I was only asking why I wasn't being tested because I wanted to know. I said, I'm a nurse, and I've been exposed, you know, to people who tested positive. So I'm a nurse too, and I've been exposed too. That was her response to me. I was like, I'm done with you. I said, what's your name? Her name was Christina. I said, Christina, you don't think I'm aware you are a nurse? You don't think I know you've been exposed to this? I'm literally sitting here in front of you with corona symptoms. You don't think I know that you could have possibly been exposed to this? What is your point in telling me that? I'm just saying. I said, no, you don't have to just say I'm the patient. But you know what? I'm done talking to you. Because it's really painful right now to go back and forth with you, which I shouldn't have to do. So I went back into the wait. Oh, she told me she was gonna send off my results, and they would call me back in with the chest x-ray results and the corona swab. So I waited about 30 minutes in the waiting area, talking on the phone with Kurt, like explaining to him how this nurse was so rude to me. And I was like, really getting this very poor service, right? Waited 30 minutes. Texted my friend, I told her that they tested me, blah, blah, blah. They called me back in. Only this time it was a different nurse. The doctor was back on the on the iPad, and he went over my chest x-ray results. He did rule out pneumonia. I did not have pneumonia. Said the back pain could have been from coughing and pulling and straining muscles in my back. But I still have terrible back pain even now. So I try not to just lay in the bed, but I have terrible back pain even now. I pray it's nothing else but from coughing, because it's excruciating. It's not like just discomfort, but it is like terrible, like aches. But so I did not have pneumonia, but he said I did test positive for corona. And another nurse was in there. She was so sweet. So yeah, she could not even come back and tell me that I had it. Even though she wasn't going to test me, I would have just been sent out on my way thinking, I don't know what's going on with me. They said to just act as if I had it. I don't know what that means. I don't know. But she did not come back in. Anyway, I'm making this video so that people are aware, like, it's nothing to play with. Like, if you have symptoms, my symptoms first started with a headache. I had a terrible headache on Sunday. I felt very weak. I was fatigued. I had a bad headache. I was extremely weak. Later on came the fever, and I just wanted to sleep all day. I didn't cough. I didn't cough until like maybe Sunday, but it was just like cough here and there, but it wasn't like coughing up anything. But Monday I did cough up some stuff, and I started to get like pressure in my eye, really bad pressure in my eyes. Like my eyes started to feel heavy and my eyes started to hurt, and I felt like I was having like sinus issues all up in here. So like my face, I started to have like a sinus headache in my face. So I had a headache and back pain upon inhalation. I did have a fever. I did have a cough, eye pressure. I did not lose my taste or smell. I did for the first couple days didn't have much of an appetite, but it's starting to come back. But no shortness of breath, just can't talk as much, as normal. But I want you all to be aware of the symptoms. And if you feel that you are not feeling well, if your body's telling you something's not right, it's a red flag. Listen to your body. Because I know that I don't ever get sick, hardly ever get sick. But all I wanted to do was lay in bed and do nothing, didn't drink, didn't eat hardly anything on Sunday. And I started to drink a little more on Monday because I knew they kept saying drink hot fluids. So I started to, Kurt made me the hot tea with lemon and ginger and honey. And I inhaled that really hot. I just put my face in it and inhaled it. And I started to drink the tea. And nobody should be treated that way. And again, I understand the circumstances and people are just afraid. People are dying from this and people are scared. So the less time you are with a corona patient, the less chances you get it. I get that. But to be treated the way I was treated is unacceptable as a patient. And for me to actually have had it. And I could have possibly not been tested. So how many other patients out there who have probably gone to the ER and they turn them around and they've had it? You probably had corona and you were never tested positive. You were never given the opportunity to be tested, but you're sent on your way.
From breakfast?
Yeah. Y'all, Kurt play too much. I'm gonna show y'all my breakfast he made me.
You like it?
It's so cute how you did that. Huh? Wow. I don't want to breakfast Kurt just made for me. Eggs. And roses, strawberries and grapes. How cute is that? Oh. That's so sweet. But to wrap this video up so I can eat my wonderful breakfast. If you feel that you have symptoms, there are drive-through testing places. Like, find out where they are and go get tested. I would not have had the chance to be tested if I would have just walked out. I would have told Kurt, I don't know, they just said to act as if I have it. I don't know what that means. Me and Kurt probably would have continued to sleep in one bed. I probably then would have given it to him. I'm more than sure we would not have been as strict as we are being now. Like, with me really being in isolation, Kurt not really coming in without a mask, gloves, like the whole nine. Like, and that's how the thing continues to spread, because people are not being tested and they're not being told to take this as serious as it is. But anyway, I'm gonna try to move around today, not stay in bed, try to help my back pain. I'm not gonna overdo it. I don't want to get short-winded. But love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Please take care of yourselves. Listen to your body. If you have any symptoms, listen to your body and go get tested. And don't just stop there. If they tell you you don't have enough symptoms, or if you have 101 fever, shortness of breath, headache, the whole nine, you demand them to test you. Or you don't stop there. You go to another testing site and you be tested there. I know people who don't have any symptoms, but they just want to know. I've been around somebody who tested positive. I want to be tested, and they were able to be tested. So if you have symptoms, you can be tested. You take the proper precautions needed. You stay away from people. You stay isolated. Stay in a bubble for 14 days until your symptoms start to fade. So I love y'all. I've been talking a lot. Stay safe. Love y'all. And we'll be back. I promise we'll be back shortly.